Hey guys, so a quick update from where we left off last time. So, like I said, I was able to get the key off the bottom door of the machine. However, the key doesn't work in the upper one. So what I had done was, you can sort of see here. Hang on. I bought myself a tubular lockpick set. Unfortunately, I've been trying for a few days now. I just can't seem to get that lock to pop. So I've set it a number of times. It just doesn't seem to be able to pick this lock, which may be a design feature of the lock that it is. But my next step is I have a load of different sort of keys, tubular keys. I don't know, maybe I'll get lucky and one of them will ping it open. So that's what I was going to sort of check next, just to see if by some chance I would have a key that would work the lock. So I've got about 4 or 5 different ones there. If that doesn't work, then it's getting drilled out. So I've got a few options, and if it comes down to drilling it out, well, so be it. But yes, I'm going to try the keys first. Maybe I'll get lucky. If I do, happy days. If not, I'll still get into past the lock one way or the other, and then I can replace that wooden panel. It's not too bad to redo. But yeah, unfortunate if I can't get through the lock, but that's the way of it. Anyway, I'll try these keys first, and if not, then I'll drill the lock out, which is probably what's going to happen. But one way or the other, I'll get in under the hood and I'll be able to start working on it. We are in! So I'll hit this up with a bit of a highlight reel. Once we got in, I was hoping I would see something fairly obvious that was the problem. It did need an awful lot of cleaning when we did open it up. A lot of spiders that were living there. I managed to evict them. This got me access to the various components. The board was still behind a metal shield, but that was easy enough to get off. The reels all seemed to move. I was able to move them by hand, so nothing was seized up there, which was good. Once I was able to get the power supply hooked back in, I was able to switch it on and could see that there were various lights coming on the board. So up here we can see power is getting to the board here. You can see the various voltage lights coming on, so I was quite happy with that, but figured there would be maybe some other error lights in behind this metal shield. So that was my next step. I took that metal shield off, and again there was a fair amount of dust and dirt and little bits of corrosion, but I was able to hit that up with some cleaning spray, get that all cleaned up. There was no cracks or anything on the board, no chips that looked like they had been burnt out. Capacitors were all in good order as well. So I'm at a bit of a loss at that point as to where to go next. So, like I say, I pretty much hit up with a bit of a clean. There was no other reset lights or anything like that were showing. Power was getting to the main board anyway, but the lights and sounds and everything else just wasn't coming on. So, yes, next step was to remove the corrosion, take out the game board and have a little look around at that point. So, my only other option was that it was going to be the power supply, so I removed that next to see if I could see something obvious there to what the problem might have been. Just a quick one here because I got the coin hopper opened. I'm rich! Well, I picked it up for free, so I'm £3 up. Moving on. So move this out of the way for just a second. So I have actually pulled, this is the power supply from different machine over there, so you can see the wires just sort of dangling. Yeah, pulled it out, opened it up, and kind of expected this to be my problem. I was expecting to see something, you know, obvious. Again, I've given it a bit of a clean up. This capacitor here has a bit of a bulge in it, but I don't know if that is going to be the main problem here. Everything else looks to me in good order, so I'm going to get a voltmeter onto it and see what it's outputting. Although the board is saying that it's outputting the correct voltages, or at least it's receiving the correct voltages, so I don't know if the power supply is going to be my problem anymore. This thing that you saw me moving out of the way, this is the game board for Grand Blaster Cache. So again, giving it a clean up, nothing seems to be wrong with the board that I can tell. It's in good nick. The one thing that I thought was a bit weird, and I'll sort of shuffle over here so I can show you real quick. Alright, up. So when I first opened it up, the game board was in here. Now that's actually the expansion slot. This one here is the game slot. So it was in the wrong slot to begin with, which seems a bit strange, although I don't really know the ins and outs. Can that double up as a game board if there isn't one in here? I don't know. I put it back in here in case that was the problem. Powered on was getting the same sort of issue, so I don't think it is a problem with the game board. So I'm back to having a look with the power supply. I will get a voltmeter onto it and see if I can get any more information out of there. If it's the power supply, I can get one for about 30-40 quid. That's not too bad. Other than that, it's back to trying to trace things on the main board, which I'm not too sure about. The board doesn't have any cracks or anything on it, so it's a bit strange that it's giving problems unless there's a circuit blown out, but I can't, there's nothing, you know, there's nothing obvious. There's no damage to any of the chips that I can see. So if it is something there, it's going to be something really stupidly hidden. But that's as far as I've got with the machine so far. Closing her up, sorry. That's as far as I've got with the machine so far. I guess haven't made an awful lot of progress with it, but I guess I'm learning the bits and pieces. So those lights that I originally thought were lights for the capacitors, now I know that they're showing if it's getting the correct voltage, because the various parts of the machine take different voltages, you know, the lights, the rails, the various motors within it. So I'm learning, which is the main thing. So when I come to get another one, I should be able to go through this process a lot quicker. I always knew it was going to be slow and it was going to take me a few months, but we are getting there, and hopefully I'll be able to get this up and running fairly soon and then see what it can do. Anyway, thanks very much for joining me today, and yeah, I'll keep you updated as I get further in the project. Thanks very much, guys. Catch you later. Bye.